EPMD means Eric Parrish making dollars, always on tour. You can call us Road Scholars. In my time, I was considered a really good off the head freestyler, and people used to be like, yo, how are you able to do that? How can you just put words together out of the air? You must have wrote that. That's not possible. I let them know a few secrets. One of my biggest secrets was, yo, my freestyle influence, the biggest one on my off the head freestyle was EPMD. It was Eric Parrish making dollars. Really, Eric's sermon. Eric's flow became a blueprint for how to just rap with swag and catch it. You don't have to think too hard. You could just sound good as long as you got skills. That syrupy flow became one of my fallback flows that even if I don't know what's going on, you're freestyling, you're not planning what you're gonna say. That flow pattern, as long as you're good at what you do, will make you sound real good all day. Um, the key to that is that why EPMD are so monumental to hip hop. They took the tablets from Moses, in this case, Rakim's rap style, haha, and they filtered it so that every man could do a version of it. They're like a filtered Rakim. Rakim, the way he did stuff was coming from on high, almost like he spoke in these coded language and metaphors that was above people's heads. Pardon me. EPMD brought that down to earth and showed that, okay, I can have the intricacy of Rakim without being that intricate. I could talk about regular themes. I don't have to talk about magnificent speeds around the universe and stuff like that. And yeah, I could talk about sneakers. I could talk about cars. I could talk about how I'm just the best. I could talk about my gold chain. I could talk about what's up in Long Island and what we be doing. Like, they normalized it. Kind of like what Lord Finesse did to Big Daddy Kane style, but we'll get into that another time. So, EPMD, starting out with It's My Thing. One of their biggest innovations is that before EPMD, you really didn't hear in hip hop songs a sample throughout the entire song. Typical of 85, 86, and 87 was either scratched in samples over drum patterns, drum machine beats, or maybe a sample for part of the beat and then naked drums for the rest of the beat. That was typically how it was. EPMD kind of started the paradigm for the loop throughout the entire song, which is something you wouldn't even think about today. They started that basically. It's My Thing. You heard the helicopters. You heard the 7 minutes of funk. Boom, 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 boom. One thing that they did, since I'm thinking, they were the first to use many beats that would become iconic. That's one of them. Get the Bozak, which became Get At Me Dog for DMX, is another one. Knick Knack Patty Whack, which became California Love. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Eric Parrish, whoever produced, because we found out later that Parrish produced a lot of early stuff and not E. Whoever did it, they were pioneering in a way that you can't give them enough credit for, because people have been coming after them and using those beats basically until the trap era happened. So, Eric talks with a lisp. Eric raps slow. But that slow flow is one of the most influential flows to ever come out of New York. He influenced the West Coast. The way when you hear Ice Cube, pardon me, when you hear Ice Cube rap, when you hear a lot of the people rap, some always wonder why Ice Cube pack. In case a little silly jigger's got a jack. Yo, the little part, I'ma take my Beretta. And I bet you that style, that's Eric Sermon. That's E double all day. Style of the rap, make your hands clap. Prepare for the suckers cause the rhyme the strap. Yo, they wasn't doing that before you heard E double rapping how he rap. It's me. Yes, the MC Grand Royal who loves rapping, and to it I stay loyal. I can't tell. You ain't caught up in my spell. You dwell on the other crab and seas that fell. It's like he was so good, people don't talk about him enough because they think about the production, and I'll get to Parrish. Parrish was dope too, but Eric was one of those guys. Like, he was like, people who really understood rapping knew how incredible Eric Sermon was. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got that. His punchlines were crazy. His flows was crazy. His swag was on 10. You know what I'm saying? Parrish, his benefits was that he could do a fast style. And also he had a like little a wit about him that was unique and was cool. But E was edging him out most of the time. As a duo though, they really complemented each other well. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Parrish is the reason that people learn to kind of rap fast conversationally. Like he said, what did he say? Cool on the scene like a horse in the stable. The brother got ill and tried to snatch the fat cable. I stepped back like it wasn't no thing. Punched him in the jaw with the Fatco ring. I had the ace in a hole when it came to that. P was packing, you know I was strapped. The posse kept rolling. It was hard to get with him, so I stepped back and unbuttoned my elite denims. It is coming. It's like I figured. I stepped back. I start spraying niggas. Like, that was ill for 88. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just bought a nice organic B-boy street East Coast dude. They weren't the gangster boys that was out there sticking up people. They were the regular dudes that carried a gun and fought and just dealt with the hood in regular ways and just wanted nice cars and clothes. They were the average dude as superstar MCs. And that's what made them great. You know what I'm saying? They represented what most of us were. Most of us were just trying not to be punks and just trying to get by and trying to do well. You wasn't trying to like mow down everybody. You wasn't trying to move all the packs. You wasn't trying to, be the kingpin. You just wanted to be respected for who you was and for how you rolled. And that was what EPMD was about. They did it with pioneering beats and with a timeless flow and back and forth rapport that still holds up to this day. Um, Oh my gosh. Yes, return, the last dragon, balls of fire, back to attack, and sharp like barbed wire. The rough, rugged male human, black alien, my styles is foreign compared to an Israeli in Iraq, and shock the new style. Hardcore the profile, I'm busting cats for the buck wild. I'm back in effect, how's that? I'm not Teddy Riley, but I'm swinging like a new jack. You know me, so yo, check my flow, G. I rock 48 hours like Nick Nolte. And for your information, I find whack MCs camps and do them like Jason. Yeah, dude, gnarly, what they call me, E-double who raps off the wall, see. I know what flowing is, and that's a perfect example, okay? Eric Sermon's bad, bad, bad dude. Parrish Smith, bad dude, you know? When they broke up, I was heartbroken. But they cemented their legacy. They still perform. They get all the props they're supposed to get. P has a wealth of knowledge about hip hop too. Entrepreneurially, he also was a big pioneer on why Jay-Z and people like that do what they do today. They had Parrish Smith to look at back in 92 with the Hit Squad and with their different label deals, even the Wu. Parrish Smith pioneered all of that business acumen approach for at least especially for East Coast artists. So love EPMD to death. Strictly Business, one of my favorite albums of all time. In 1988, I played that, and By Any Means Necessary. And 88 is the year of the greatest albums ever, in my opinion. Those two albums were my two favorite of that year. Have a great day, everyone.